look? Did you look? No cheating.
I can't read your fucking chicken scratch.
Good. Oh, this is going out live too. Whoops.
Is it?
Yeah. All the audio is.
Oh, jeez.
I'll just do transition, and then we go.
Oh, boy.
What's up there, motherfuckers? Oh, I stole your tagline. What's up there, motherfuckers?
It's beard season.
Right.
We're both rocking some serious beards. And it's not just you.
No. Oh. I'm rocking a Katie. What?
What? Hey, everybody. Guess what? Bonus episode. But it's coming out on Monday anyway, so go fuck yourself.
Well, you got the big old... I wonder if we should call Daryl.
No.
And be like, hey, do you need some pointers on how to have sex with your wife on your wedding night?
Shh. I think they got it down.
No.
Consummate. That's what I used to say when I...
Consummate? I love cold soup.
Hey, all you fuckers. Guess what? It's Hey Pal, what's new? Yeah, I'm Greg. And Yeah. Well, we decided since I am going on a trip to Cleveland, we were going to do one of these, put one in the can and release it on Monday because I will be at the floopjack librarian super wedding with taco trucks and guns and fireworks and all kinds of good stuff. So,
and I will not.
Aw, why?
Sad Johnny.
You could have been my third wheel.
No. My wife is not vaccinated, and you have to be vaccinated to go to the wedding, and I'm not going without her.
No, you can't do that. That's not nice. Look, man, I give you a lot of credit. You know, well, hence why I'm divorced. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. See you, bitch. Yeah, 50 years old, living in my basement. Nice. Anyway, so we decided that, since I'll be away and we didn't have time, we're going to do a little bonus episode here, everybody. You know,
is it a bonus if we're just...
It's not really a bonus. We're just putting this in the can. But,
I'll put it in your can.
Exactly. Our faithful listeners will get the live stream and be like, hey, man, you're not supposed to do this, but it's a Wednesday. But guess what? Surprise, motherfucker. We're here. So anyway, yeah, we wanted to get something out there because we want to stay on a consistent basis. We don't want to let weeks go by and go like, oh, we didn't do a podcast episode. That sucks.
Well, especially because we're bucking for sponsors.
Absolutely.
And they look for like, hey, how many people you got listening? Mm-hmm. And do you consistently come out with episodes on the same times every week and stuff like that? That's what they look for.
Yeah. Yeah. And we want to, we're actually really gonna, look, I know that I'm not going to be some freaking Ryan Seacrest. I get that. But at the same time, we want people to enjoy what we're doing because we're having a blast doing it. And, at the same time, we get a little sponsorship. That's cool. We gave out those free sponsor live reads in September and it kind of bled into October, which is cool. But like I said, starting next week, after this Monday episode, we don't have a sponsor today for this week's episode that you're going to be hearing this on Monday if if you listen to the audio version. But moving forward, we're going to start really actively looking for sponsors. So we need you guys, please, to rate us on Apple Podcasts, share everything. I saw that we have a Twitter.
Yes,
which
I never promoted it. I set it up and never promoted it, and that's another thing. They look at your Instagram, your Twitter. Mm-hmm. They also look at how many followers you have on the different platforms and how many downloads you get on like Spotify. So even if you're listening on Apple, just hop over to Spotify, hit the download, just so we got another download. They look at all those fucking stats.
Yeah. I mean, even if you do an Apple podcast and a Spotify, like I said, there's a few podcasts if you want to support them. Maybe you don't listen to them on every platform, but if you do have these platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcast, subscribe to both. That way we get the double, as Sid would say, double prizes.
Double prizes.
Yeah, because we do, look, we love doing this. We're going to do this regardless, but, we do need your help. So we're not out here, we don't have a Patreon yet. We don't have, we're not begging for money, but at the same time, we got to keep the lights on in this house. And like I said, braces are expensive. Softball's not cheap. So, hey.
Hey, my leg's okay. I don't need braces on my legs.
That's all right. No,
my wife lasers my legs now for me.
Oh, yeah? Well,
she did last night. My knee's been fucked up, and she brought the fucking laser home. It's like, I'm going to laser your leg.
Oh, was that thing? Well, we'll get into the Hey Pal, what's new now, since we're in that mindset. But so she did the laser on your legs?
Yeah.
Is it that thing like I was when we recorded at the Casper Creek compound, that like motherfucker thing that was going like this?
No. This is so they got it at the animal hospital and they let her borrow it. It's a laser and it's got like this like clear ball at the end. I got to wear these safety glasses when I use it.
Please videotape this.
And she runs it over my knee to like laser it for like the pain in your knee. They use it on the animals at the animal hospital too.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, she used that thing yesterday, and this morning was the first morning in a while I didn't wake up when my knee was like, oh, my fucking knee. And I ran 4 miles yesterday before she did that.
Yeah, my boy's getting ready for the old NYC marathon coming up.
Suck
nice. Like I said, I get winded going up the stairs, so good
on
you.
Post-COVID, so do I now. I go down, let the chickens out in the morning, and I come back up those fucking deck stairs. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like that fucking that guy in fucking oh god, I can't think of it. Carlito's Way, the big fat fuck that's trying to get up the steps.
Oh god,
he's like doing this like what I need to be.
And in true John fashion,
I dropped a few LBs,
and I never hit the record button on the podcaster thing.
But
that's okay because I've gotten real good at taking the stream
Uh-huh.
from YouTube, downloading it, and grabbing the whole beginning part, pulling the audio, and just tacking it on. So.
Hey man, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do it. So okay, so it's a laser thing. It's not that jackhammer of a thing. I was like, man, what kind of
the Theragun?
Is that what it's called? The Theragun?
Yeah, it's not the Theragun.
I was like thinking, man, that's no Hitachi, man. That thing will do fucking. That thing would punish your clit.
If I had one, yes, it would.
It punishes my little clitty.
Pull the hood back.
Yeah. Hey, we're talking to the canoe driver, and he's into hip hop. He's got a hoodie on.
That's bad. You're so bad.
Oh, we're going into that area now. Buckle up there, kiddies.
Let me see what I was downloading. Don't look.
I'm not, okay, I won't look. I won't look. Yeah, because actually right now, I know I have the side Batman camera angle, but at the same time, it's hopeless. Look at that. We're streaming and we got a big TV. We're like fucking Joe Rogan at this point, right? Minus the $100 million.
You know what it is? I figured when I'm trying to get you on camera, you want the perfect angle, but you can't see yourself on my computer.
No.
So I got to
because then I got to do this to look at the screen, or I got to look at this. We'll figure it out.
I got a giant USB cable. At some point, we'll both be sitting on this couch together, just like pants down, dicks out.
Beautiful.
Oh, somebody's going to animate that. You and me sitting on a couch with our pants down or dicks out.
Hey, that's our new merch we're going to have to put out,
Welcome to the Hey Pal, What's New podcast where we sit around with pants down and dicks out.
Yeah, like I said, the last time I was trying to come up with the, put on your socks and grab your cocks, but, I was trying to think of something that would rhyme with dicks. I couldn't think of it.
Chicks?
It's
that's chicks with dicks. Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. The best of both worlds, everybody.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we're going to go into a very pornography episode this
No.
time.
Nothing pornographic in my new stuff this week.
You don't want to get demonetized.
No.
That's
the other thing.
Hey Pal, what's new OnlyFans. We should
that's
do
that's for the Hey Pal, What's Nude.
We should do an OnlyFans where like people subscribe and it's just like us hanging on the couch. What a bummer that would be. Yeah, what a bummer. People like, oh wow, this OnlyFans. Like, I mean, that's something I'm going to put out there. I mean, do guys do? I would assume guys do OnlyFans. Or I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody's looking for a nice bear.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just not hairy enough to be a bear.
Neither am I. I mean, I got the chub for it, but I really don't have the. The body hair, except for this beautiful beard we're going.
I'm too old to be a cubby.
Yeah. So no, that would be so funny. It's like, hey, we got an OnlyFans. People would subscribe, and it's just like,
Tell us what you want to see us in on our OnlyFans, and we'll dress up for you, people. I want John naked, wearing just a cowboy hat.
you know what I want? I want you in a fucking Speedo.
That's right.
Getting that laser thing done with the man. That's money in the bank right there for only. Look. If you don't support us on this podcast, we're gonna have to submit to OnlyFans, and that's that. You don't want that.
No, nobody wants that.
You don't want that. I'm sure my girl would be very upset with that. So we're not gonna do that. But
my kids would get bullied in school.
Desperate times.
I saw your dad naked on OnlyFans.
Oh, you want to hear actually a funny freaking social media story? So I'm driving here to come do the podcast back to the house. And I'm driving and I get a text from my ex, and she sends me this picture. Now I should probably
not the
look
kind of
it
picture
up.
you want.
No.
It's not the picture of the penis in the vagina slide, is it?
No.
Because that's for a Seth Rogen movie that they put up in a playground. It's literally a big red penis into a giant red vagina slide.
I did see that.
And people have been sending around, but it's for a movie, and as soon as the scene's done, they're going to take it down. Which is sad.
That you can't really. Now, my daughter has an Instagram, which I'm not going to say the name of it. But my ex sends me a picture of this. I don't know if you could see it on the pot. This thing right here. This is on my daughter's.
But now her Instagram name's at the top.
That and the fucking two people that listen to this. But anyway,
my wife and your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. But she sends me this picture and she goes, "Do you know these people?" Now, if you look close, try to
screenshot, and then zoom in just on the picture. All
right, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, technology.
That's where you can crop her shit out.
Yes.
Whenever Kate's trying to save a picture off of Instagram, you can't hold Instagram and save the picture. So you got to do like the kids doing. Screenshot.
But it was really funny because I'm looking at this and I go, she's like, who are these people? Who are these people that she's hanging out with?
I don't fucking.
Do you know who this is?
No.
It's from Shameless.
That's the U.S. Shameless?
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Oh, it's a good one.
I watched the British one.
I couldn't. Was it British or Irish? I thought it was Irish.
I don't know. I watched the foreign one.
Yeah, the foreign one.
The original.
The one across the pond. My kid is obsessed with Shameless, and she put this up there. My poor ex thought she was hanging out with those creepy guys.
Oh, my God.
She goes, who the fuck are these people? I'm like,
Now, your daughter was hanging out with them?
No, it's like a screenshot of the TV. Like, she didn't hang out with them.
That's from the TV show.
Yeah, it's from the TV show.
And your ex thought your daughter was actually
She's
hanging
like,
out with those people.
Yeah, like, why does our daughter...
Because they have the best candy. Yeah. I give free rides in the van.
And I was saying to myself, I was like, I really should just went along with it. But like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. Man, we should we
Amber Alert that shit.
Should we call the authorities? But I wouldn't do that to my poor children. No. She'd be like, it's from a show. I mean, she's 13 years old and she's watching channels.
If your kids
don't call DCS on that.
DCS.
Or whatever the fuck it's called. Child Protect CPS.
CPS. I thought she was giving a man UPS.
I thought he was dead. Or like my mom, when we go to Acme, it's like, did you go to Ames? I'm like, no, it's not Ames, it's Acme. Yes, I did go to Acme.
Well, if your kids are anything like mine, they're already fucking damaged enough just by being my kids.
Oh yeah, it's like the once great Opie Hughes once said, I want to fuck up my kids in new ways.
That's right.
I don't want to keep the cycle going. I want to fuck them up in new and adventurous ways. So anyway, yeah, so you did the laser stuff. For me, like I said, I will be attending a wedding from our dear friend Daryl, who I can't wait to see him. I haven't seen him since the Descendant show, which was, 4 years ago at this point?
Christ, yeah.
It's been a while.
I think I saw him after that was when Manny and I went out to Cleveland for the Descendant show. We went to Maryland and met him there.
Yeah.
And then Manny and I went out to Cleveland like a year later.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad, and I'm not going.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be severely missed, but, hey, it will be an adventure. So we figured, hey, let's knock out an episode and hang out. Anytime we can hang out, we love it. So so you said that you actually have some stuff.
I do. I have 3 things that I watched.
Okay, well, you could start with one, and most of my stuff is going to be continuations because...
Well, I did watch more episodes of the Squid Game in Korean with English subtitles, and it was infinitely better that way.
Was it really? Okay, because I
yes.
was going to bring that up because I got last night we had watched the first 2 episodes. I had watched the first 2 episodes.
I rewatched
You watched
them.
it. Okay. So we had talked about the English subtitles and how they were, the dubbing and how it sounded like Kung Fu Theater on a Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Now I watched it too, and I had said on the last episode, I said, please tell me this is getting better because this is really dragging. Because I got to the second part of the second episode, and I was just like, they're not, the spoilers. We didn't watch the whole thing yet, so I'm not going to completely spoil everything. But like in episode 2, they're out again, but then they go back in. Yep. So when they go back in, I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Let me see how it goes. So last night I finished dinner, came down here, and I was like, let me give the old Squiddy a shot. Let's see how it goes. I didn't do I kept it on the English, the dubbed.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna want to read. I just was.
You really got to pay attention when it's the subtitled one.
Yeah, and I love, like I said, subtitles. I'm fine with. But I said, let me just do the English dub, and that way I can listen to it. Don't necessarily have to concentrate. That way, if something cool happens, I'll just look up. I watched 3 more episodes after that. I was like, okay, now I'm getting it. And it's getting better. So how far did you get on there? I think I got to I watched through 2, 3. I think I'm on episode 6.
Yeah, I only got about halfway through episode 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm a very busy man.
I know. And it does drag a little bit. I will give it that. People think it's, I keep hearing, oh, it's the biggest thing in the world. It's the most downloaded show. I'm like, all right, I get it. I think as you go deeper into it and you start watching more of the episodes,
sure,
you start to get more invested in the characters. At least I did. In the beginning, I was just like, I don't know any of these people's names. They're I don't want to be politically incorrect, but I can't pronounce them. I don't know, so you go by the old man, the main character, Snake Face or whatever the tattoos on his head. So, but now as I'm getting into it, now I know who these people are, and I'm like, okay, now I'm invested in these characters. I don't want to see who moves forward, blah, 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 blah. I did get spoiled by it because I just couldn't wait and listen to fucking Dead Meat's podcast about it. I'm okay with spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, depending on what it is, I'm okay with spoilers. But some things I don't want it spoiled. If I'm going to see the new Marvel movie, I don't want it spoiled.
Yeah,
If I'm going to see Venom, you can spoil the shit out of that because.
Yeah, Marvel and Star Wars are pretty much for me. It's I'm like we talked about last time, where I'll go to the first showing on third. Like I did that for The Force Awakens, right? I mean, Force Awakens. I'm hot take. Star Wars is great, but I went to the opening Thursday, as soon as I could. I was like, I have to see this because I do not want to get it spoiled. And I went in, I watched it, which I loved. People give a lot of shit on the sequel trilogy.
Right.
I'm one of those Last Jedi defendants. I thought it was great. Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, but Force Awakens, I really, really loved. So once I got to that at the end, I remember this clearly, and I mean, god damn it, spoilers, I guess. It's been out for whatever. I walk out, it's the first showing, and I'm walking out, going to my car, and there's some fucking teenagers just going, Han Solo got killed. You're like, that's why I go to the first showing.
Well, can I remind you, we were those assholes?
I remember Batman
but we never
89.
seriously spoiled it. We walked out of that Batman in '89 going I can't believe Batman dies. How are they going to have a
yeah, the look on their faces, because back in the day, kids, back in the day. I'm going to make
That's got to be a jingle.
Yeah, totally. But we went to it was the Carmel Cineplex.
No, it was JV Mall.
Was it JV Mall?
Oh yeah, where they had you lined up in that fucking cavern of theaters, and you're like,
yeah, you had to wait on those long lines. Now I do see them every once in a while, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Reserved seating, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. But we walked out of Batman '89, which I think I saw that in the theater 10 times.
Yep,
it was ridiculous. This was back before. It came out streaming, or you had to wait for the VHS tape.
Dude, first Deadpool, I think I saw that in the theaters 4 times when it first came out. That's how much I love that movie when I watched it, the Deadpool movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
I went myself. I went with Manny. I went with Kate, and I think like I went again myself.
No, me, you, and Anastasia went.
Right.
Yeah, we went, and we sat real close. I remember because we couldn't get a good seat. But yeah, we did. We used to do that all the time. We'd come out and like, I don't understand why Batman got shot at the end, and people were like losing their minds. It's like, do you really think Batman got killed at this? I mean, this is a fucking franchise waiting to happen. So yeah. So the Squid Game update on that, getting better. I probably will finish it tonight if I get a chance. What are you doing?
Family group chat. Ready?
Okay.
I told you before. You guys missed it. Like my family, it's like, who's making dinner? What are we having? But they're all hungry. My wife is picking my daughter up from softball, and she's like, again, autocorrect iPhone, picking up Mila, taking her to Ducks. May get food at the mall. I don't know. Taco Bell closes at 8.
That makes no sense. Wait, Taco Bell?
Yeah, they're going to get Taco Bell, but it closes at 8.
How do you get Taco Bell if you guys are all vegan?
You get like the Crunchwrap Supreme with no sour cream and cheese, and instead of meat, you get black beans. It's fucking good.
All right. Yeah, you could do a bean.
Fresca style.
You could do a beaner.
Same thing with like any of this stuff. You just get it Fresca style, so there's no cheese, no sour cream, and you get beans instead of meat.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just interesting. I was just like, I thought everything was fucking beef in that place. So yeah, update on the Squid Game. I think I probably will watch the rest of it.
Oh, me too.
I will watch the rest of it probably tonight if I'm sassy.
Feeling fat and sassy.
Yeah, so that's really all I've been watching right now. You said you have
Well, I kind of went on a binge because I do download my shows so I can watch them at my convenience. But since you were stuck at work with, crazy clients, I had a little extra time to watch an extra show. I had watched 2 things. One was a movie. The first thing is a movie that my boy Justin, Tolly, and they're actually watching right now online. You know who's watching us commenting on the Facebook stream?
Who's that?
Good old Jeff Steiner.
Jeff Steiner?
Yep.
Yay. Hey, buddy. Be a phone guest one day.
Harry the Snake Guy on his face.
The Snake Guy. Yeah, and he bangs that other broad in the... Oh, I don't know if he got to that
See,
part.
and he's throwing out some old school. John and I used to take the after-school bus to the JV Mall, hide our books in the ceiling tiles in the men's room, and then watch like 60 movies. The Gate.
Oh, The Gate. I remember that because there was one part where the little alien came out and you stood up in the middle of it and went, Dad? Or still, my favorite one, and there's another person we really have to get on the podcast, one of our old friends, Brian Rizzuto. Oh. I remember going to the Carmel multiplex, and I forget what movie we're going to see, but the trailer was... We're all sitting there. Of course, we're goofing off. We're teenagers. We're being dicks, right? And they show a trailer for The Color of Money. So all of a sudden, at the screen, it just says, The Color of Money. And Brian stands up and goes, it's fucking green.
You spend a lot of time at the movie theater when you write alternate lyrics for you write lyrics to the intro song.
Oh. Should we sing it? Come on and suck my Come on and suck my dick. Come on and suck it. Come on, you fucking bitch. Suck on my hairy dick.
Come on and suck my dick until I come. Jesus Christ, 30 years later,
let's go down to the lobby and go fuck yourself.
I've gone down the rabbit hole of YouTube, and you can still find that like intro jingle thing for the United Artists Theater.
We just put that up and just dub it with those lyrics.
Wow, we'll
come on, you fucking
happen.
bitch. Come on with hairy dick. Until
I love that
they always went to that part where it goes, all crying babies should be taken to the lobby, and we all yell, and shot!
I love that the Facebook feed is probably like, I don't know, a couple minutes behind because we use Restream. Swipe left to reveal comments. Oh, swipe left. I always swipe left. Jeff's like, The Gate is classic. It is. But that leads me right into the first thing that my boy Tolly told me about. He's like, you have to watch this.
Okay.
And it did not disappoint in total, like, 80s cheesy style.
Okay.
It is a movie.
Color me intrigued.
It's called Max Reload and the Nether Blasters.
I think we opened up for them once.
Probably. At Tuxedo Junction. Product of society with special guest Max Reload and the Nether Blasters. So here's the premise of the movie. It's these kids play video games online. They work at a video game store.
Ooh. And
there's this video game series that on ColecoVision. And of course, they bust out the ColecoVision.
Wow.
They got the Magnavox Odyssey. They spared no expense. The Magnavox Odyssey in the background. It's very much like your Joe Gamer store with all like the retro game things for sale. Mm-hmm. But this game is like, and I'm oversimplifying because I don't want to. It's like possessed by a demon kind of thing. That when you play the game, the demon possesses people and wants to come to power. But the video store, the owner of the video store, who spends the entire movie basically in his back room in a VR setup haptic suit, and at one point is like, oh yeah, oh, I can't even describe, is Kevin Smith. The movie also stars.
Yeah, I would hope that if there's a show about a video store that he would be in it.
Oh, and he is truly like one scene he's like in the VR and you see like a fucking Silent Bob in the trench coat in the little thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he also I don't know if you know Greg Grunberg.
Sounds familiar.
He was on that show Heroes. He played the cop. He
also
also did one of those like pop culture like Star Wars or DC shows, like behind the scenes things. Another person that's in it is I think her name is Hassie Harrison, and most people probably don't know her, but I think I mentioned the show Tacoma FD, the Tacoma Fire Department show.
Yeah,
she's the girl on that show, and of course playing Gramps, the main kid's grandfather is Martin Cove. You may remember him as Finish Him from Karate Kid. The Cobra Kai dojo leader guy.
Oh.
Do we have a problem?
Kreese. Yeah.
Kreese. So
yeah,
he's
dude,
in it.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Cobra Kai.
Cheesy special 80s type special effects.
I'm all about it.
Cheesy like fucking story, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
it's on Amazon. If you have Prime, it's free.
Yeah, that was one of those like the dream jobs when you were a kid. It's like I want to work at a record store or a video store. Both almost non-existent at this point, which sucks. I remember you did work at a video store.
I did. That's where I met Justin, who told me about this movie. Totally. We worked at that store in Cold Spring.
I used to love that because, back when we used to live together in Cold Spring, you would always bring me the treats from the other side of the beach.
I used to bring home porn. Just say it.
It's like, here's your stack of 5. Here's my stack of 5. We'll trade later. I'm like, okay, good. That one videotape would last you about a month because you just watch 5 minutes of it at a clip.
Yep.
Back in the day when you had to fast forward and like watch the scrambling thing, and it's like, oh wait, did he come yet? Oh wait, hold on a second.
Rewind, fast forward. Oh, hold on, let's slow it down. She's eating his ass.
I know, and they would never make those tapes like normal VHS tapes would just be like the black, or it would always be like red or like hot pink or something like that. It's like, could you be any more fucking inconspicuous? Like, just stop. Like, just make it a normal tape, but I digress.
You'd see Uncle Bernie from fucking the Mayapack Farm Playhouse walking out of book and video library with a stack of porn.
Oh, man, when you heard those beads.
Oh, someone's in the porn room.
That was always the dream. Like, you had that job, and it was always the dream job of mine. I was like, I just want to work at a record store or a freaking video store, and none of it. Which brings me...
Was it Andy Pizzicalis who owned the video store in town? One of the guys, we used to get him to like give us porn from that store when we shouldn't have been renting porn. It was next to where fucking Four Brothers is. It was like
yeah.
spot.
They used to have Yayar Kung Fu in there.
Yeah.
Do you remember Yayar Kung Fu?
Nope.
Oh, Daryl and I used to go. Speaking of Daryl, we used to go in there all the time, rent movies, and they had video games there. They had Yayar Kung Fu was kind of like the early version of Mortal Kombat. Maybe if I find a link on YouTube, I'll post it, but. Yeah, we used to play that and get the videotapes from there. Yeah, it was, I forget the name of it. It was very like gray and green. I mean, we had a whole, back in the day, we had such a freaking like crime syndicate there. We had that place that somebody would toss you the porn. Then there was good old Mike Yu, who worked at the Donger Deli. Should we tell the story of the Donger Deli?
Donger Deli.
Yeah, before we start getting into our pop culture.
Walking into town, found a fucking dildo on the road.
Yep. Now, we're walking down the street because back we used to walk to town.
You walked everywhere.
Yeah, because I didn't have anywhere to, which is kind of nice actually, because my kids now, they walk to their friends' houses and it's like, oh, you know, my ex or family members would be like, is that safe? I was like, we used to walk, I mean, miles to go places.
I think you were more at risk of being kidnapped and shit back then than you are now, because like every kid knows, like, if some crazy van pulls up, you just run the other way.
Yeah, everybody's got GPS on their phone, so you can just find people. But anyway, so we're walking to town, and there was a beach. There was Mayapack Beach, which now is like a really fancy kind of restaurant.
Yeah, but they're in a lot of trouble. There's a whole like sewage thing and paying people off and shit. Not Mayapack.
No, wow, don't tell me
Corruption in the town of Mayapack. Say it ain't so.
No, whatever their fire department.
Allegedly.
Anyway, but we're walking past the beach, and back then the beach, Mayapack Beach, was like a little shack where they had pool, and you could get. Yeah. We'd go in there, listen to Motley Crue, and smoke cigarettes when we were like 15. But anyway, we'd walk down there, and we're looking at the beach, and we're going, wait, there's something on the beach. What the hell is that? It's like shiny. So we walk over, and we find this dildo. I mean, it wasn't like one of those, like, it was like veiny and like bulbous.
Real
like,
looking.
Real cock looking. So, of course, what do a bunch of teenage kids do when they find a cock on the beach?
We find a paper bag and slip it inside.
Exactly.
You don't want to be caught walking down the street with a dick in your hand.
Yeah. So, talking about the crime syndicate, right? So, we have this cock in a bag, dick in a box. It was like a cock in a bag. So, we're bringing this. We're like, we got to do something with this thing, right? It's got to go somewhere. So, we get to town, and there used to be this deli that was owned by this family, the Yu family.
And I think they still own the Chinese restaurant there too.
Ming Hing, which is Ming Hing, I help you. Great food. So it was the Chinese food place, and then they owned this deli. Now the kid that worked there, Mike, who was, you know, I guess he was an exchange, not really an exchange student. They moved there from China. Great kid. The kid was, you know, he was a fish out of war story. We took to him, you know, because he's. First of all, he just wanted to have friends, which, you know, and we took in strays all the time. We loved it.
Still do.
Still do. Yeah, absolutely. So we get to the and now the crime syndicate that we had was as such. We would go in with a duffel bag and give Mike $20 and a duffel bag, and he would proceed to go to the back and fill it with beer.
And then drop it out the back door.
In exchange, because I worked at the drugstore a couple doors down, I'd grab a couple of nudie mags, sometimes throw it in there. You know, there was cigarette. There was, I mean, you know, we had a whole syndicate.
Stuff his mom wouldn't let him buy.
You know, the fact that we're teenagers and we had access to beer, pornography,
and cigarettes.
It was beautiful. That's how you raise. You know, that's how it was. So. The one time we go in there, so we drop the duffel bag off, you know, slip a couple nudie mags in there, maybe a wee, maybe a swank, you know, Club International, you never know. I throw them in there, a couple things. I'm like, hey, Mikey,
definitely
you
no
know,
rent boys.
He used to love one of the girls that worked at the drugstore.
What the hell was her name?
I don't want to say the name.
No, you just say the first name.
No, was it?
Because I know he used to go, she have nice ass
and big tits. And we'd be like, yo, you're going to slip her the egg roll, aren't you? He was a good kid. I loved him, man. He was a nice guy. And plus, he gave us beer when we were fucking 16. So, to make a long story longer, we give him the bag. He goes in the back. He fills it up with the beer. Now, we're sitting here with this bag of, literally a bag of dicks. A bag of dick. And we're like, what are we going to do to it? So, was it you?
I did. I slipped it into the cooler.
Yeah, you slipped it right.
Dropped it out the bag inside the cooler. And we went back later and it was gone. We're like, his mom probably took it.
Oh, yeah. She used to be crazy. Like, are you hanging out with those kids again? We're like, you know. Remember, one of my friends, Tommy, he went in there once and he wrote a note and he said, I give my son permission to buy beer. Signed, Dave Mustaine. And they gave it to him. They're just like, well, like I said, nobody was carding back then. Nope. And I remember the other trick we used to do was when we go to the grocery store, This is back in Carmel when Sean lived in Carmel. We'd go to Key Food or whatever the fuck it
Grand
was.
Union at the
Grand
time.
Union.
The old Onion.
You couldn't just go in and buy a case of beer. You had to buy like a jar of peanut butter, a candle, whatever. And, they would never prove. Sometimes they would, and you'd be like, They're like, just give the kids some fucking beer. It was way different back then.
Oh, yeah.
That, and they used to have the cigarettes right in the front, like, where the candy is now.
Right.
So, nowadays you get a Reese's or a Take 5. Back then you can grab a fucking thing of Camels. And you would take the cigarettes and then walk to the back of the store, just put it in your pocket.
Yep.
No, nobody ever did that. But, wow, yeah.
You shoplifted? Say it ain't so. Well, the other trick was if you knew they were going to give you a hard time about buying beer, you went and grabbed a 12-pack of Coke, opened it up and emptied it out, filled it with 2 6-packs of beer, taped it back up and brought it up front and bought it.
Oh, that's genius. Or we'd get sandwiches. We'd go to the deli and buy like a fucking Hero, which we had no intention of eating. Nope. And we'd get a 6-pack of beer. And they would always look at you like, and you'd always pretend like you're like 17, 18 years old. You're like, oh, just got off the job site. Sorry, going to have myself a freaking nice Hero and a nice cold Budweiser. And they would there was one deli in town that would just never proof. They would just like, and if they did, the owner would be like, fucking give the kid a beer.
He would look at your ID and be like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, so.
Well, in that same telling those stories, like we had that friend who worked down at, I had a friend who worked at the Grand Union all the way down by Peekskill.
Yeah.
Beach Shopping Center.
Mm-hmm.
And if you went there real late at night, they worked a late night shift. This is pre-scanner days.
Oh, yeah.
You just load up the fucking belt with like snacks, food, beer, and he'd just go 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. And he never told you how much it was because at the end you'd be like, all right, and you'd hand him like a $20 bill and be like, and then hand you your change, be like, have a good night, and you walk out. And I remember getting pulled over on my way back from there.
Wow.
With I think Flo was in the car. Remember Flo?
Oh,
no last
yeah.
names.
Yeah.
Flo was in the car. We got pulled over, and I fucking was like, oh shit. All the beer in the backseat, and the cop was just like, put that in the trunk.
Yeah.
I had to be like 18. He was like, put that in the trunk.
Oh, yeah. Now I will say, all these things are saying we're goofing around and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's a lot safer now, and I'm happy for that. Everybody's got a fucking camera in their house. You can't get away with shit. But, the crime syndicate that used to occur, even that, like, I used to manage drugstores for a couple of years, a couple different ones where these kids would take these, pretend to throw out the garbage, throw all these stuff in their videotapes, cartons of cigarettes, whatever they could put in this garbage. Go, I'm going to go throw out the trash. They'd go out, throw the trash, and then after their shift, because we were 24 hours, they would swing around to the dumpster, grab that bag, throw it in the car, and take off.
Dude, I had a
Genius.
kid when I was managing the grocery store. I thought he was fucking inventing shit. The secret was fill the milk at the end of the night because you got to bring the crates out back.
Yep.
And when you're bringing the crates out back, buried behind all the crates, you put a couple of cases of beer. So and then like after the store's closed, everybody goes home. You come back later, drive around back and get it. Same thing. Kid thought he was a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Until I knew what he was doing.
Security cameras.
I did dude, you're not inventing it. Okay.
Oh yeah, they'd look at us like we're fucking idiots because like I think at the time I was like 30, maybe 31, just before I got married. They would look at me, these 14-year-olds, like, do you like any music that's current? And I'm like, what do you think? I just fucking sit home and listen to Bread all day? Like, I know,
Hello?
They'd look at you like, eh. But they thought like they were the smartest kids in the world. And I'm sure our kids think they're the fucking smartest kids in the world too. It's like, dude, like my father used to say, I wasn't conceived with an ear of corn.
That's
you know,
right.
Like you ain't fooling anybody.
I went around back and stole that kid's beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we love to go down memory lane with this. We did go on a tangent because of that first TV show. The movie actually. It's a movie. Can you?
Yeah,
what's the name of it again?
Max Reload and the Nether Blasters. It's on Amazon. I actually watched it on Amazon. I didn't download it and bootleg it. Unlike my second entry.
Okay.
I'll touch this one briefly. 3 episodes are out. I think it's on Netflix, Hulu, one of those. Maybe even on iTunes. I'm not sure. But I think we mentioned the show a couple weeks back. It's a show called Dopesick.
Yes, that's on Hulu, actually. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched the first episode, a little slow, but very engaging, interesting. I can't wait to see, like, where it's going because it's a true story.
Yeah, and it's with Mr. Mom himself, Mr.
That's right, Mr. Michael Keaton.
Speaking of Batman, yeah.
I'm Batman. And it's good. It's they tell the story about the entire Oxycontin dilemma in this country through the eyes of a doctor working in the mining towns in Pennsylvania. And how he's like very much for the people in his town, taking care of them. Like, one scene he's like in a bar. And he's like, hey, I want you to lay off those fatty foods. Come on, you're not doing your heart any favors. Like stuff like that. Or stop taking I forget what the guy was taking, but he's like, you shouldn't be taking those, cut it back. But the whole premise is like the people who made Oxycontin, I guess Oxycontin is a derivative of another painkiller, an opioid painkiller.
Like Vicodin.
Yeah, but this process turns it into like a slow time release version of it, and they're like, because of that, it's not addictive.
Yeah. I mean,
and they knew it was addictive.
Of course they knew. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we've all had experiences with it. I mean, my father that was taking freaking Percocets like they were Tic Tacs for his back and everything like that. I mean, that stuff is serious. I remember the Vicodin we used to call it vitamin V.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
watching people like your dad and other people I know go through that shit. Like when I have all these back problems and they prescribe it, I'm like, yeah, and I don't even take it.
No, I can't take it because they did that too when I got a procedure recently. Mm-hmm. They prescribed me Percocet. I was like, I'm an addict. I can't take it. I'm an addict. I'll take, and I will give it to my ex back in the day. She said when I was getting tooth pulls and I was, deep into addiction, she was like, you know what they gave me for when I was pregnant, pushing out your children? Fucking 3 Motrin. Suck it up, asshole.
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, basically, I refer to OxyContin as, because back, like we were saying, Vicodin EX was basically hydrocodone and Tylenol. So the geniuses at these OxyContin goes, well, let's get rid of that pesky Tylenol. I compare it to like when our old buddy Rick Yonke, he loved his Jack and Cokes, right?
Yeah.
He would always drink the Jack and Cokes.
Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke. He loved Mr. John Daniels. So one day I'm hanging out with him, and he's got something that doesn't look like a Jack and Coke. It looks clear. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? You're not drinking your Jack and Coke? He goes, yeah, I switched to Jack and Ginger because the Coca-Cola was really messing with my stomach. So I was like, oh, but the Jack Daniels is fucking fine, right? Yep. Same thing with the OxyContin. Like, let's take that Vicodin. We had the Tylenol. Let's get rid of the Tylenol. Just go straight for the freaking opiate, So
and they show you in it it's a one family that owned the company that made it, and they show you them like planning, like basically saying like, we know this is addictive, but we'll tell them it's not. And there's the one scene where the guy's like, you just got to get these doctors to start prescribing it, even if you got to go in there and like offer to pay for their gas so that you can have 10 minutes time to talk to them. Be like, oh yeah, I'll pay you for your gas. Let me pump your gas. I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it. So let me tell you about about the OxyContin. It's only 1% of the people who take it get addicted.
Yeah, I saw that ad where they were talking about that, and let me tell you, talking about drugstores and the stuff we used to do. I remember I was a pharmacy tech for a long time, and these fucking drug reps used to come in, and people talk about sleazy car salesmen. These fucking assholes would just come in with their fucking Armani suits, dressed to the nines. Meanwhile, I'm working 50 hours a week, making like $400 a week, slaving it. And he'd come walking in, and I used to love fucking with them though, because I'd come in, I had my smock and everything, and these drug reps would come in, and they're all dressed to the nines, and handing out pens and folders and blah 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 and this, and they would buy you coffee, and they do this, because they tell you, hey, listen, I just visited the doctor's office across the street from where you work, and I told him that he's going to be prescribing this medication. Now, it could have been whatever,
Viagra.
Could have been Viagra, right? Oh, I used to have this awesome clip holder that had a big blue pill, but I digress. They would come in and say, look, I'm giving this doctor, he's going to be prescribing this shit out the ass, right? And they're going to be coming to your drugstore. If you buy this off me, I'll give you a discount on it, So you could charge, but what they do, and I don't know if they still do this because I've been out of the game for a long time, but they had something called, there's wholesale price, or there's retail cost. Then there's something called wholesale, and then they have what's called AWP, which is an adjusted wholesale price, right? So this is giving you a little knowledge here,
That's how fucked the drug industry is in this country.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. What they would do is, okay, the retail value, I feel like freaking Price is Right? The retail value of this medication, perfect example, right? We used to have a bottle, it was 1,000 Motrin, 800 milligrams, right? The retail value of that would be, say, $500 for the whole bottle. Okay. Right? The cost, the wholesale cost is $5. Jesus. Right? Now, the adjusted wholesale price is a number that these drug companies would give you that you tell the insurance, well, this is the wholesale price, when in actuality, it's there. So your AWP or your adjusted wholesale price was $15. You're actually paying $5.
But you're telling
you're telling the insurance and the drug company, because a lot of times what these insurance companies would do is they'll pay you a certain amount above AWP.
Okay.
Or above wholesale.
Right. What they are being told wholesale is.
Yes. But most of the insurance companies would go, look, I know that you're telling me this is $15. That's your AWP. We're going to pay you 5% or 10% above AWP for that drug. When actuality, you're like, oh, shit. So I'm telling you it's $15. You're going to pay me $20 for it. I actually paid $5, and I'm going to charge you $500. That's why our fucking medical system is fucked. So I'm really interested.
We just went political, something we never do.
Oof, man, we're getting deep on this show. So yeah, it's called your show,
Dopesick,
and I believe it is on Hulu. I'm definitely gonna watch.
I watched the first episode. There's 3 out right now. I haven't watched the other 2. That's the thing that while you were driving home late because you're dealing with the client I was like, oh well, I'll just sit and watch this an episode of this so I could talk about it.
Yeah,
because I had 2 things. I put that one in the middle. I saved the best for last.
Oh yeah. Because as far as movies go, we were talking about video stores. I don't know if anybody's caught it. I believe it's on Netflix. I watched it a while ago, but when you was talking about video, we had chatted a little bit about it before we jumped on the mics. Was The Last Blockbuster?
Yes.
Which is on Netflix. It's interesting. There is one Blockbuster video left. And we were talking about, it's a great documentary. It's this one woman. She owns a Blockbuster. I believe it's in somewhere like Wisconsin or something like that.
Don't look at the TV. I'm going to a certain spot.
Okay.
And it'll totally blow it if you look at the TV.
No, I'm not looking. I'm going to turn.
There's a sound clip when I talk about the show I want to play before.
I'm going to turn this way so I can look at my beautiful self on the camera. Anyway, so The Last Blockbuster, if you get a chance to watch it, I believe it's on Netflix. It's a great documentary. This woman is still, there's only one Blockbuster left in the United States, and she runs it. And they're in the process of trying to hold it up together. They wanted to keep it. The community around the last block, people love going there. It's a lost art. Like you're going to, like we had talked about, I would love to work in a video store. I love to work in a record store.
It was fun.
There was something, sure, it's easy to stream and put stuff out and watch it and consume it. But back in the day, it was an adventure. You'd go to the video store. You looked around. Hopefully that movie would be in. If it wasn't there, you had to kind of settle for something else. Or you'd go in the bin where people dropped off stuff and go through it. Like,
hey, Mikey, can you look in the bin and see if somebody returned a copy?
Yeah. Is Navy SEALs in there?
The store has 10 copies, and we have 6 of them on reserve.
Yeah.
So I have to wait for someone. We're waiting for 2 people to bring them back.
Yeah, and it was an adventure. So...
And little known secret, not that it's much of a secret, if the store had 10 copies, they actually only bought maybe 5 of those from the distributor. And there was a guy in town.
Oh, yeah.
All the video stores used him. He made dubs of the movies to the point where like the black case had that like white inky print on it to make it look like a legit copy of the movie.
We're exposing drug companies. We're exposing video stores. It's crazy. We're exposing freaking the crime syndicate.
What people don't realize is those video stores, little sidebar, to buy a videotape, like you guys, we all take for granted. You go to fucking Best Buy and buy a DVD for like $20. But back then, your local video store bought a copy of Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
And that copy of Navy SEALs, I think they had like 2 models. You could pay like $250 for the videotape.
Oh.
Or you do like this program where you pay them like $60 for it, but you have to give them like the movie theaters do, like $1 for every time you rent it.
Yeah.
And then after like 3 months, you had to send it back to them. You didn't get to keep it.
Yeah.
It was like a really weird program. So continue.
It was weird. So
Last Blockbuster.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch Last Blockbuster, there's a lot of people interviewed in it, and they talk about the history of Blockbuster and how it started, and it's very similar to the one that's about Tower Records that
I didn't see that one either.
Colin Hanks did. That's really good. But they go through the history of like if you're into that old school record store or video stores, the Last Blockbuster, and I'm gonna kill myself. I gotta find it. I'll look for it before it's the
movie.
Yeah, it's about Tower Records. It's Colin Hanks.
I got Google.
Yeah, you got that computer machine in front of you.
Tower Records
documentary.
Is it called All Things Must Pass?
Yes. Yeah, watch that too. That's a really good documentary.
Wait, you can watch it now for free on YouTube? No, that's the trailer.
Oh yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll post it on the Facebook page. But that one and the Blockbuster one, which is cool. And they brought up this fact that we were talking about before we jumped on the mic was, I don't want. I mean, it's a fucking documentary. It's public knowledge, but there's a part in there where Blockbuster. I mean, they were freaking dominating. They were everywhere. Everybody had it was Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, and Hollywood Video was kind of like, and they didn't sell pornography. They didn't have the beaded pornography ones. It was just straight up movies.
And that's where Blockbuster killed those mom and pop video stores, because where mom and pop store had to buy Navy SEALs for like $300.
Yep.
Blockbuster was like, well, we're gonna buy 1,000 copies of it for $25 a piece, and we're gonna get to keep them because we're buying in volume, and then we're just gonna send them out to all of our stores.
It's the big box band killing the mom and pop, which sucks.
That's right.
But now, Blockbuster is almost like it's the only one there, and they brought up this interesting fact. Now I'm probably off with the numbers, but there was a point where Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix they were just starting out. Everybody now Netflix is just dominating, but it was for $50 million. I was right. Yeah, Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix for $50 million, and they were like, "That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You're gonna mail DVDs out to people, and you're not gonna charge them late fees? That's ridiculous." And they passed. And
well, the thing is, you got to realize too, like, it's good that they didn't, because we wouldn't have the Netflix we have today had they bought them.
True. Or everybody would be talking about Blockbuster streaming instead of Netflix. But it was just interesting that, like, talk about those missed opportunities. So it's really good if you get a chance.
Like that time that person wanted to have a 3-way and I said no.
Yeah, see, you got to jump on that shit. You never know.
I mean, both guys were cute.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes you got to take a shot in the mouth.
I'm Alan Partridge.
What about Alan Partridge?
I don't know. Jeff wanted to know if we're wondering if you guys are fans of, quote, I'm Alan Partridge. It's got to be a documentary.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to check that out. Is it one of the Partridge Family people? Is it
guess.
About super fan Reuben Kincaid? Who didn't love Reuben Kincaid?
Oh my God, Jeff. Anticipating John telling the story of Tony Toupee, the manager of McDonald's at Baldwin Place.
Jeff taking us back. I don't remember.
Oh my
Tony
God,
Toupee.
I forgot about this. The guy had the most obvious toupee, and I would go into McDonald's and be like, "Excuse me, I'd like toupee for this." I'm a dick. I never deny the fact that I'm a fucking asshole. That's like the students who are like, "Oh, you're so cool. I want to be in your class." I'm like, "No, you don't." They're like, "Yeah, I do." I go, "No, you get in my class. I'm instant a-hole. Like, you don't want to be in my class."
I have a feeling that a lot of
Like Oxycontin, I'm good in small doses.
exactly. I think out of this episode we're gonna get a lot of merch.
I can't,
requests,
I
like
can't believe my
Tommy
wife
Toupee.
has been with me for what 20-something years now.
Yeah, Lake Putnam
22
Gear?
years.
Wow, 22. Lake Putnam Gear.
Jeff Braun, come on, Lake
Jeff
Putnam
Braun?
Gear, baby.
Yeah, I mean that's the website, right? I'm
That's where you got to
talking
get your
out of school.
Tomcat shirt from.
Did
Lake
you-
Mayapack Gear.
Lake Mayapack Gear. Sorry, pal.
Sorry, buddy.
We're trying to give you another free ad. Did you see he made a Rodax shirt?
Yeah, I did. Rodax fried. I remember getting Rodax fried chicken, then going to the drive-in theater where Grand Union became, and well, now it's fucking Stop and Shop. It was Key Food and then Stop and Shop where Caldor was.
Yeah. Stop it, Caldor.
And apparently, before my time, right across the street, not where Shady Shell is. It might be where Shady Shell is.
Okay.
I love that the kids have a name for that Shell station on that corner of like Route 6 there by Dunkin' Donuts and Valvoline. They call it the Shady Shell.
Oh, really?
Just like the gas station we used to go to in Carmel where you'd be like all the porn behind the counter.
Oh, I think we used to call it the one hell of a gas station.
That's the one hell of a gas station. Beer, cigarettes, porn. One place. I don't know how you go wrong.
And who was it? Was it Jeff that you? Oh no, I remember we'd walk in and be like, oh wow, they got this stuff in here. This is one hell of a gas station.
That's right.
And then we walk in and it was like, oh wow, the beer's pretty cheap. That was one hell of a gas station. We're like, hey, look down there. There was like a whole section of porn. That's one hell of a gas station.
That's right.
The Shady Shell. Yeah. So
Jeff said that's a TV show on BBC.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So the last blockbuster and This Too Shall Pass, I think it was called. I don't know. We'll fact check later. All things must pass.
The rise and fall of Tower Records.
Yeah. If you're into record stores and video stores like we were,
I'm gonna have to give a look because I always talk about like going down to Yonkers with my dad and going to Dragon's Den and him sitting in the car reading the paper while I'm in Dragon's Den looking at comics.
Yeah.
But the other place used to take me down in Yonkers, right down the street from there, was the Little Tower Records, not the big one that was in the city.
Yeah.
That was whenever we would go down to the city, like all of us, and be like, I got to hit Tower Records. But the little one there, and I would go in and just go shop and look, just browsing through CD records, CDs. There wasn't even fucking CDs at the time.
The CD's nuts.
Yes, CDs nuts in your mouth. So the last thing I got, let's see if I can get this to play. Oh, God. Why is it not playing it? Why?
Oh, wait. I peeked. Why did you make me peek?
I can't get the sound.
We have new technology here, so
why the sound isn't playing? And I don't know. It might be this new. Let me just turn these all on. See if that's gonna do it.
Please stand by.
Why is it not playing the sound from the computer? I'm so sad. Oh,
you had your chance and you blew it.
You fucking moron.
Well, now
Look,
it's
just
spoiled.
there it is. Just so you guys know, we're dealing with a new soundboard, new recorder. I upgraded. Let's see if this works.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm Chucky. And I'm your friend to the end. Heidi fucking ho.
oh, good pause on that one.
So,
Those
those of you who watch it, that is the Chucky TV show.
have you watched?
I watched the whole episode, and I was very pleasantly surprised with it. I love the fact that they're using what's his name, Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Yep.
He's the voice of Chucky in the show too.
Oh yeah, he's always been the voice, except for that one
many of
remake.
these shows, like that's one of my problems. Not to get what anyway. So it seems like in this first episode they're going with like this disheartened or whatever kid who's like fucking bullied. He's spoilers. He's the gay kid in school. They bully him. His dad can't accept the fact he's gay. This whole thing, and like he finds this Chucky doll at a yard sale. And I was like, oh, it's a Chucky doll. And like I think he put it up on eBay at one point to find out like how much it's worth, and it's like worth fucking all this money. And someone calls him and goes, that doll, where'd you get it? And he goes, I found it at a yard sale. And he's like, is its name Chucky? And he's like, yeah, it is. And then all of a sudden, like something happens. So I don't know where the show's gonna go, but it was really, really good. Again, kind of a nostalgia thing. I watched the first couple of Child's Play movies who doesn't love them? But then they got a little fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I recently went on a deep dive of the Chucky movies, the Child's Play movies. The first one, game changer. Second one, I might say it's better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
Third one,
that might be one of our countdown things. Is countdown of sequels that are better than the original.
Absolutely. Child's Play 3, dog shit.
Yeah.
They did redeem themselves with Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky.
Okay.
The later ones where they kind of went back to like the...
But what about the Bride of Chucky?
Or the Seed of Chucky. Who doesn't want to watch Chucky jerk off?
And I think this is... I really feel like this show is more of like a requel. It goes back to after the first couple and like inserts...
Yeah.
Ignores some of the shitty Chucky movies and kind of just goes right like those never happened. Forget about that. Don't look over there.
Yeah. If you get a chance to watch Cult and Curse of Chucky, the later ones that went like straight to fucking streaming, they're actually really good. The remake of Child's Play, it was kind of stupid, but it was Mark Hamill. No Brad Dourif, but who's Don Mancini, the one who created Chucky.
Yeah.
He's involved in this too.
Yeah.
He's very big into the LGBTQ. He's gay himself. So, I'm not outing anybody here, but yeah, he's very, that's why the whole...
I was very happy with it. I was very much enjoyed it.
I downloaded the Sci-Fi app for my Roku because I was like, Chucky's coming out, and coming out tomorrow is Day of the Dead. The Sci-Fi is doing a Romero TV series based on Day of the Dead.
Okay, because I watched the Night of the Animated Dead. I was like,
now this one is it's we're so used to Walking Dead, Fear, and all that stuff. It's real serious and grounded. This one, it looks good. It's cheesy as hell. It's sci-fi,
good. That's
right?
what you
It's
like.
Sharknado type stuff, but the zombies look cool. It's very campy. It's very much in that Romero style. If you get a chance, I think it premieres tomorrow. No, Friday the 15th. Is Friday the 15th? Yeah. Check that out too, because I did
Chucky.
download. Yeah, I'm gonna check.
I'm one of those people that's pissed about all these fucking streaming services. They're like, CBS, watch the Picard streaming show only on our streaming service. Like, so now, not only do I got to have this, but I got to pay an extra $10 a month to watch the fucking Star Trek show.
Yeah.
But this one, they're doing it right in that, like, you're watching it on there and it's like blood, fucking profanity. They're not gearing it towards anybody else, and it's that perfect, like you said, it's that perfect sci-fi combination of the only way I can describe it is it's got that perfect combination of what the fuck and oh what the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. From looking at the trailer of Day of the Dead, I think it's Day of the Dead. It's not Dawn of the Dead. It's Romero. It's total. When you watch it, it's total Romero. It's an homage to it. It looks good. I'll check it out. Because I'm in the bag for zombie shit too. So, but it looks cool. It looks campy. It's a nice break from the serious. As much as I love Walking Dead.
Can't protect him, Rick. Can't protect him, Rick.
Coral. As much as I love the serious and the Kirkman type zombie stuff, give me some freaking Romero.
I feel like Walking Dead would be even better than it already is if they made it a little bit. I'm getting like a feedback on one of these channels.
Oh, we're gonna get some some serious airwave, some microwaves.
If they made it like a little kind of like campy at the same time, they do make it a little campy with some of the zombie shit, like the fat zombie and But if they made a little bit more of that, I think it'd be a little bit more enjoyable.
I like the way serious. It really just depends. That's the beauty of zombies, kids. Like you can have goofy zombies, you can have fast zombies, you can have slow zombies, you can have fucking.
Just watch Zombieland.
Exactly.
Fucking best movie.
You like the first? I still haven't seen Double Tap, the second one.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's better than the first one, but it's definitely good.
Our boy got his Twinkie. That's all that matters.
Oh, Woody. Oh, Woody.
Woody. So yeah, those
definitely give that a watch.
That's a definitely good one to watch. So we got some good movies and some good.
I hope it doesn't wind up like Clarice, the TV show sequel to Hannibal, to the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Because that like the first season wasn't too bad, but then it got to the point of like, oh man, we're getting this fucking huge FBI because I'm done.
Well, case in point, the last episode, where was it on? Network television.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So that's great. We got some good TV and movies to watch for next week. The only thing we have for music, we were talking. We didn't really have music the last time. It's not necessarily new music. I don't know if you've checked out the recent hullabaloo about Smash Mouth.
No.
Oh my God. I'm gonna post. Go on to. Let me see if I can find it here. There is a TikTok that this girl posted of the legendary Smash Mouth, which everybody thinks of like the fucking the Shrek movie.
This? Smash Mouth singer Steve Hartwell retires after chaotic onstage rant.
Yes. If you get a chance, I don't know if you can, since you're Mr. fucking technology over there.
Is it this it? Here, look at the.
Yeah. That's
like news.
Well, it's probably a news one. I could send you the clip. Hold on.
Rock and roll.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Smash Mouth rant.
Copy link. Find my boy.
Where is this?
I'm gonna send it to you right now. All right, I sent you the TikTok. It's been going. I just texted it to you. It's been going on. This. I mean, it's funny, but it's also really sad.
Who that girl?
Yeah, she's a TikTok bitch. She feels so
bad. The ethics of this aren't great, but I did just see Smash Mouth perform live at a local beer and wine festival. When I say this is the most chaotic show I've ever seen in my entire life, I have no words.
At no point was the sound balanced. Unintelligible speech.
Doing Nazi salutes.
Fuck you, bitches.
He's wasted.
Oh.
He's not even singing. He's just standing there.
I'm gonna fucking kill your whole family, I swear to God. Did he say I could suck my own dick?
Okay, I know the ethics of this aren't great, but I did just see Smash Mouth perform live at a local beer.
This poor girl, she posted this.
Are people beating her up about it?
No, well, she basically canceled Smash Mouth. Like and
which again, I think they would fit into that, even though they're not. They're still fucking making music.
Yeah, exactly. Where's that post? That clip? I have to pull it up now. But anyway, yeah. Are
you looking for the sound I sent you?
Yeah, it was the best. Oh, here it is. It was like, oh shit, I suck.
I think I can get it.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, penis,
vagina,
hiney hole.
Which one is it?
I thought
this one.
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Or then there's this one.
Fuck us! Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack! I can't get jiggy with this shit!
That's right. That's Smash Mouth in a
Can I help you,
nutshell.
sir?
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, basically this girl on TikTok.
Oh, then there's this. Sorry.
I thought you were dead.
That was
I thought you were dead.
I thought you were dead. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for. I mean, she's actually she had posted some TikToks after it saying like, I didn't mean for him to get canceled. I'm sorry. Like she posted this thing. I mean, he's doing. If you watch the video, did it come up on our stream?
It's okay. He'll just go to rehab.
Well, he is going to rehab.
That's right.
He's
rehab and he'll be back.
He says he's retiring.
He's going to rehab and he'll be back in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. Look, dude,
he's got to pay for rehab somehow. I'm
a friend of Bill W. myself. Like, I get it, dude. Addiction sucks. Talking about OxyContins and all that shit. But your Smash Mouth and look, I'll give Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth.
Smash.
I think I have Mush Mouth is what I have. It's a Mush Mouth. I'll give it to Smash Mouth. They got some hits. They got some jams. Not the fucking I'm a Believer and all that shit. But, you know, you're playing, and that was actually in New York, pretty close. It was a beer and wine festival in New York. Did I want to say it's Goshen? It was actually pretty close to where we are. And at Warwick, I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but yeah, we'll post it on the Facebook page. But yeah, I mean, look, it was funny because you know, he's, first of all, he's doing Nazi salutes or whatever. He's banned. I don't think it was a Nazi salute, but that's just me. You know, he's clearly intoxicated, you know, falling over. I mean, it's sad, you know, because I watched it and most people are giggling at it, but I'm like, dude, I've been there. I've totally been there. I get it, you know, so.
And the next day you don't remember doing any of that shit.
No.
I did what?
But this poor girl posts this thing on TikTok and it just blew up to like TMZ. All these people are talking about it. And then she posts these things after, like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get Smash Mouth canceled. I'm going to go listen to Astro Lounge now and cry in my pillow.
Here you go. This is my ode to him.
Anybody else get something's cool? Yeah, I was trying to shop. I'm just too drunk right now. I tried to buy that cinnamon bun franchise thing, but
oh yeah, what the hell?
Too drunk.
What is
Dude,
that?
Okay, I don't know if you've ever watched that show, but Metalocalypse.
Oh yeah,
Fucking best show. I'll smash your fucking face. Are you guys eating French toast out there? I smell French toast. Oh yeah, just shut up and play the drums again.
We're working on our cartoon voice sizzle reel.
That's right.
You know,
I'm available for voiceovers.
Yes, if you are interested in our voices, you can contact us at heypal.what's.new@gmail.com. Hey, we can get blackjack and hookers.
Here at Curry Honda, we have all kind. Here at Clee Motors, we've got the Clee Ford, the Clee Taurus, and the what?
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm going to be booked for is that. Get your dollars out, everybody. Here is Dora, the Explorer. Dora.
Let's give a hand for coming to the stage right now, Brittany.
Brittany, free Brittany. Get those dollars out, gentlemen. Here.
I did it again.
Get your dollars out now. Here comes Handy Manny. Handy Manny.
Get your pants down and your cocks out.
They don't call him Handy Manny for nothing.
$10, he'll give you a handy.
Bob the Builder.
Right now, my son's listening, going, "Wait, what?"
Yes, we're offering free hand jobs at heypal.what's.new@gmail.com.
Please become a paid sponsor and free hand jobs from. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll find somebody. We'll just, you know.
Extra lotion too, so you feel that itch all night long.
Oh yeah, get that freaking that stick.
Stick.
But anyway, I think we did it again.
We did.
We did. I mean, once we start getting the Smash Mouth and lubrication, it's the end of the road, kids. So once again, we want to thank everybody for listening to the podcast. Check us out on our Facebook page, which is Hey Pal, What's New?
We got a Twitter.
We have a Twitter.
Twitter.com/HeyPal,
Exactly. We're going to post all our social.
/HeyPal, what's new?
Yeah, we're keeping it simple for you guys. You know, Hey Pal, What's New? No underslash.
We don't want to fuck with that last brain cell y'all got left.
Yeah, you know, and I ain't paying for a fucking website, so just fucking do the social media. And like I said, download us on Apple Podcasts. Give us a review. We're still waiting for a good review. You guys going to win some merch. We're going to definitely put out some new merch. I think we got enough here from this particular episode. What was it? Tony Toupee, whatever his name is.
Well, that's like my commercial from the last one. We're like getting ready to go on. You're like, it's not like I'm sitting right across the table for you. I was like, yeah, it's not like I'm over here sucking my dick on Mike. I left that in there.
As well you should. So yeah, man. I once again, we're gonna put this out on Monday. You know, make sure that
minimal editing because I'm fucking lazy.
Yeah, we're gonna leave all the warts in there, just like my live album, All the Clams Live. We're just gonna leave it all fucking in there. So anyway, by the time you hear this on the audio version of the podcast, I will be back from Cleveland.
Maybe we'll get a report on the next episode of how the wedding went.
Yeah, definitely. By the next episode, we'll talk about the wedding. In the lovely Cleveland, you know, world famous for the steamer.
That's right. Who doesn't love a good steamer from Cleveland?
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love a good Cleveland steamer? At least it's not Detroit. I love Cleveland. It's great. So I'm excited to go.
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah. We'll make another road trip there one day, or flight.
If you've never been to Cleveland, you must go. If for no other reason, not just the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but above all else, the fucking Christmas Story house is there.
I heard about that. They do have a major award in the window, don't they?
That's right. Manny and I went.
I know. That was one of the ones I missed. But, yeah. So, anyway, like I said, download, subscribe, listen, write a review. You'll get some freaking free swag. We're going to post some stuff on there about how you could be a sponsor of this podcast.
That's right.
We're closing up on about 200 likes, which we're very happy about. And like I said, put out do the reviews, listen to the Spotify playlist. Unfortunately, maybe we'll put some Smash Mouth on there because that's the only music we talked about. But there are some good. I'm going to pull a deep track of Smash Mouth.
Well, also, who the fuck's got an album coming out this week? There's someone who it's one of those like, next week you get the fucking Duran's got an album coming out.
I thought they just put out an EP.
I don't know. I saw it on the list of like upcoming music was Duran next week.
Ooh.
They're still making music?
They are. Huh? I thought they were dead.
I thought they was dead. I thought you said he was dead.
I'm over here, Spider. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Well, let me get to the last little... so when we go out, I can transition to that in the video.
Ew.
So, and just so you know, from here on out, because, on my SAG, Society Against Guidoism, I got to laugh that I have an official... I actually have a SAG card.
That's right, an official SAG card.
Which fucking I may... we all may be going on strike next week when the...
Wouldn't that be your luck?
Well, the stage hands, like all those people, their union, I can't remember the acronym. It's like IAST. They're going on. They've elected to go on strike next week, which will shut down all television, movie, and everything production.
Great.
Which means all the background people will be fucked too. But on my SAG card, they like, what's your stage? Like, what's your real name? And it's like, what name do you go by professionally?
Oh.
So my professional John Alex is what's actually on my SAG card.
Oh, congratulations.
So, and pretty soon, like once the shows that I've been doing actually come out, and I'm going to be like, all right, I'm claiming my IMDb page too.
Yeah.
As well as my son's IMDb page, because he's been in a hell of a lot more than I have because he's got all that free time.
Well, he's a swaggy gentleman.
Oh boy, is he!
Yeah, he's
fucking,
slinging it.
My boy's a tall drink of water.
Oh,
look out, ladies! Here it comes.
That's right. You're gonna check it out, everybody. It's time for us to go. But we're gonna do some good stuff after that. We have the New York City Marathon coming up.
That's November.
We're gonna have we're going to talk about the wedding,
and there is a
and
woman.
We got lots of stuff to watch and a lot of stuff to. We don't talk about books because we can't read.
I can. I'll talk about the book I'm about to start next time.
Oh yeah,
after I start, it's a really good book. It's supposed to be a really good book, but
does it have?
I am going to
tag.
Yes, it does.
Oh boy.
I am going to talk. I'm going to tag someone in this when we post all this because there's this woman who's running the marathon that Kate is obsessed with her Instagram because she posts all of her trainings and like she hides water bottles along her route and she does all these goofy, funny things and like she pees in the bushes and shit and she's fucking hilarious. And she's running the marathon. Kate's like, if you can find her, you have to get a picture with her. And I was like, I will stalk her. I will find her.
Well, aren't there like 20,000 people running that fucking shit?
Yeah, but I'm hoping I could just by chance bump into her in the 4 hours that I'll be waiting to start running while I'm waiting.
It's like finding a needle in an asshole. Am I right?
Well, if I tag her in some of our posts, she might notice it. She might share us, and I might be able to like at least just be like, hey, and get a picture with her for my wife.
Yeah, for my wife.
For my wife, very nice.
It's very nice. So now we're doing all our freaking voices. All right, we got to get the hell out of here.
I'm going by John. I'm using the John Alex from now on because that's the professional stage name.
All right, so you're John Alex and I'm Gregory 13. So let's.
And we are off like a cum-stained prom dress. We're off like cum-covered prom dress. TV crying. Thanks, guys.
Daryl did post on here.
Oh, did he?
He put, "What's up, assholes?"
Dude, I'm so upset I'm not going. There was part of me that like was literally like, what day is the party at his house? Friday night? Or is it the wedding's on Sunday, right? Or is it Saturday?
Saturday.
So the pre-wedding party is at his house on like Friday night. There's no way I'd be able to leave work and get to his house by Friday night.
Yeah.
How far is it to Cleveland? Let's see.
It's like 10 hours.
Maps. On the map. Let's just go Cleveland.
Oh yeah, Jeff Steiner, Jay Persephone. Love you.
Jay Persephone. He's the guy I used to work with at Lincoln Hall. Cleveland, Ohio.
John's older brother introduced me to the first porn I've ever seen on VHS.
Apparently, to Cleveland, it's 7 hours and 44 minutes. So if I left straight from work on Friday, I'd probably be there around 10 o'clock. Which is not... I think the whole thing at Daryl's house starts at like, what, 8? Or even earlier.
I'll take a second.
I mean, technically, I could go... What, you think he'd be like, oh, dude, we don't have room for you if I crash the wedding?
No, he wouldn't care. I mean, it's an out. I mean, it sounds like it's almost like a public event.
Yeah.
They have a craft beer swap and meet and greet on Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. at his house.
Yeah. I'd have to like call in sick to work and just go. I can't
October
do it.
16th, wedding ceremony starts at 4 at the northeast corner of Public Square. Reception starts at 6 at Forest City Brewery. There'll be a taco truck at 6:30, cake at 7:30, and one of our favorite local bands, The Mist, will play at 8. Reception will end by 11. Not bad.
No.
Yeah. So then, actually, I gotta go and fucking buy him something on his fucking registry for the wedding.
Let's see. Priceline. Let's see what a flight. Oh, Kate. She's texting me. She's like, going to bed exhausted. I can't even complete another day of phase 1. My body hurts.
Our honeymoon fund. Bed bath. Yeah, they don't have a lot of... Yeah, I think instead of giving them cash, I'm just gonna buy something off their fucking registry.
Yeah, a fucking card with cash in it.
Cyclo 50 whole room air purifier. I mean, they got stuff on here. Crate barrel thing. It's like $2,500. Like, yeah,
Who the fuck's buying that shit?
you get fucking 5-10 people into it. Yeah, you're getting a fucking... What was the one I saw? Oh yeah, I want to get them the fucking multifunctional air fryer toaster oven. Fucking $229. What the hell is... Oh, it's a Cuisinart.
That's why. Oh, time to pack it.
$169 fucking kettle. So fancy.
Bougie motherfucker.
You get,
Mean streets of Mayapack, bro.
you get 25% off at code.
Buying the fucking New York City bootleg version. I got this on street corner, motherfucker.
Street cone, nigga.